Blessed love and peace in Rastafari. This is an address within Rastafari. Audio selecta 61.30.25.78.6 Greetings, holy brethren and sisters. Blessed love and peace in Rastafari. Rastafari is not a religion. Rastafari is a liberation. Rastafari is a spiritual awakening, spiritual liberty, spiritual knowledge, spiritual discipline, spiritual responsibility, spiritual relationship, spiritual unity, one love. In this sense, Rastafari is a spiritual mysticism, a divine invitation from the Most High Creator, Elohim, that exists beyond any man's authority, any man's definition, any man's or a group of man's gatekeeping. Rastafari is built from Powell, Garvey, and Nyabingi. Rastafari exists beyond Powell, Garvey, and Nyabingi. Rastafari in the flesh becomes Haile Selassie, who leads the world of kings and queens beyond global warfare into a unified earthly organization of one love, and who is later betrayed by his own disciples. Rastafari in the spirit eternally lives within every being of creation. Rastafari is the sovereign in waiting who amazes. Rastafari is David. Rastafari is the Buddha. Rastafari is Jesus, Moshe Rabbeinu, Yaakov Avinu, Arjuna, Sri Krishna, Lao Tzu, and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Rastafari is every being of creation, every child of creation, every child of Creator. Give thanks and praise to the Most High Elohim, the great mystery known by many names and beyond all names. Sistren in I reasoning block the sound. Rastafari is not a religion. Rastafari is a liberation. Into the knowledge and wisdom of Rastafari, and to the love, care, and protection of Rastafari. Seen. Within Sangha Yosef, I are deer amongst the lions. I are deer amongst the wolves, tigers, bears, and hyenas of creation. I are deer, and I are elephants when need be. Earlier this past day, I walked from my Moor's home to catch the bus on my way back to my home. When I arrive at the bus stop, there is another brother with headphones on. I greet him. "What's up, brother?" He is wearing an O State sweatshirt, and I consider sharing a topic I have in mind about the GOAT, LeBron, MJ, Muhammad Ali, and building villages. Yet before any of that, immediately after I say, "What's up, brother?" the brother hits me with no. He proceeds to tell me to shut up, don't talk. I'm weird, I stink. Go back on my meds. He calls me half-breed, mutt, mulatto, not even black. And don't call me brother, bro. We raise our voices at each other. He keeps saying, "Shut up, don't talk." I tell him I'm from here. And if he stop talking, won't be no talking. I try to let him have the last word. He don't stop until I go into my spiritual song mode. He pauses. A sister arrives. I tell her it is a dangerous place, and I continue into the songs. She waits outside the shelter. He quiets down and moves about. The bus arrives. The previous occasion this occurs is a few months ago when I'm on the bus coming from the grocery market. And a brother on the bus pulls a gun on me and continues in calling me bitch ass nigga, bitch ass nigga, bitch ass nigga. When I reach out with Rastafari brethren and sisters, I are received with considerable love and suspicion. Both are understandable and appreciated. Yet, when the haze clears, I are still disrespected, ignored, and subordinated. Fake Rastafari, wannabe Rasta, pickney, newbie, unlearned, ignorant. I parents, forebears, and ancestors are called into question. Inferior, evil, devil, less than, and lower than. But I are welcome to keep trying, to register as members, and to provide a monetary contribution. I are deer and elephants when need be. I are not predators. I are not prey. I are pious. And to the predator, the ways of piety seem like prey. Humbleness and kindness mistaken as weakness and subjugation. Yet all pious know, and the predators and prey learn a higher power, the higher purpose. The goat and the sheep, the lion and the lamb are one. I are resigned to concentrate I outreach in a modest way, with modest numbers for modest kindred, with priority for securing our homes, stopping pedophilia and cannibalism, and living up Rastafåri. In this respect, I share this information. Before the 11th of September 20 years ago, on the New Year's Day of our Ge'ez Ethiopian calendar, I received dreams and vision of what comes to be, of what is being planned. Before the outbreak of COVID in Viente in the Gregorian calendar, I received diplomatic messages and vision of what comes to be, of what is being planned. At this moment, I share with the I a vision and message of what is coming to be, of what is being planned, all according to the divine grace and will of the Most High Elohim. In this vision and message, within the United States, in an immediate term, all personal vehicles are outlawed and removed. All fast food eateries are outlawed and removed. In the intermediate and long term, the natural streams, rivers, and lakes are thoroughly cleaned and restored. Neighborhoods are transformed into self-governing villages where ethnic, cultural, traditional, and religious communities have proper autonomy and self-determination. The buildings and infrastructure of all society are renovated into healthy relationship with the natural environment and into renewable energy and sustainable methodologies. Massive public works are organized and administrated to train brethren into lifelong occupations and vocations that carry on these works. The new governance programs support sistren as matriarchs. The new governance programs support traditional families as foundation of society. Mobile phone, internet, and social media are severely restricted. Airplane travel is rationed according to priority purposes and made available to all with priority purpose. Long-term arrangements are made concerning organic agriculture and concerning nature-responsible mining and infrastructure. America is a rebellious youth who has become a very fat and very powerful middle-aged adult, poisoning the world. Discipline is approaching. There are a number of ways this discipline is manifested. When the discipline comes from within, it is increasingly favorable and peaceful and harmonious. Yet it must be proactive, genuine, and thorough. The window for this scenario is shrinking. This discipline here and now requires unified devotion, cooperation, and completion. A coalition of all classes, all creeds, and all colors. When the discipline comes from an outside entity, it is tyrannical, it is disagreeable. Yet it is necessary to correct the rebellion. When there is insufficient proactive discipline, the procrastinating happenstance discipline occurs through warfare. The procrastinating happenstance discipline occurs through sickness. The procrastinating happenstance discipline occurs through invasion from the outside. The procrastinating happenstance discipline occurs through corruption from within. and the balancing response. Always, 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 the solution rests within I and I. The solution rests within ourselves, within each of us, respectively and collectively. For the youth, then, that are struggling to find a way, struggling to find a truth, struggling to find studies, discipline, and vocation in this life. For the youth in the streets, for the youth in the university seats, for the youth in any situation, I and I share this simple consideration. Whatever you are being taught, whatever you are being told, whatever you are listening to, reading, studying, saying, and or writing, is this something you can see yourself telling, teaching, sharing with your son? Is this something you can see yourself telling, teaching, sharing with your daughter? When the answer is no, that activity, that course of study, is taking you away from your children. When the answer is yes, that activity and that course of study is bringing you closer with your children. Give thanks. For all I and I, holy brethren and sisterin, for all I and I, holy kindred, I and I share encouragement to find and grow and share that quiet, that solution, that infinity of one love. I and I share greetings of peace and well-being to all holy kinfolk amidst this holy period of Lenten and the approach of Nowruz, Ramadan, Qingming, Pesach, Holy, and the new green season of wild onions, Elohim willing. Truth springs eternal. All thanks and praise to the Most High Elohim. Respect and honor to all our ancestors, all our prophets, all our sages, past and present, known and unknown. Respect and honor to His Majesty Haile Selassie and Her Majesty Waisara Manan. Respect and support to all our progeny, from the first 7 years to the next 7 generations, door for door. One heart, one mind, one perfect love supreme, with blessed love and peace in Rastafari. From Zuriji Peter Johansson OCC, with Sangha Yosef, Asona Ashram, Sangha Yosef, Rastafari. Blessed love and peace.